Check 1, 2. That just says that. Shawne, say something.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Okay. There. So we're going to be live on YouTube.
Oh, sweet.
49 million views in 6 months. How about that?
Come on.
Yeah. All right, let me just take this. I'm not going to do that. All right, we are live, hanging out here on Radio Row, walking around, and who do I run into? My main man, Shawne Merriman.
What's
How are
up,
you?
brother? Good,
What's
man.
going
Going well.
on?
Good.
Walking around, obviously, lights out. Let's talk about that. Where are we since last time we talked?
We got a big fight coming up Friday in Long Beach, California. Lights Out Extreme Fighting 22. Can you believe how long? Like when we first started talking, we were on like what 10?
Yeah, 7 or 8.
7 to 8. That's right. That's right. So we got Lights Out 22 coming up. We got Ryan Lilly on this card. Tony Cortez is on this card. Ryan Lilly fought in Bellator several times, and we're starting to get a lot of these guys that are trying to, like, they're eyeing the UFC. We sent 7 guys to the UFC last year. We think we can double that number depending on like what happens with the UFC and the contracts and guys going in and out. But to have that amount of fighters to go from Lights Out Extreme Fighting in the UFC, that was the whole reason why I got in this business. We've been talking about that since
You're not competition to the UFC. You're trying to send to.
So we're looking to grow these guys, grow our own talent, and then if they get that opportunity, because it is hard. People don't talk about it. It's hard to get to the UFC. So we're sending these guys back to back. I just launched my new Lights Out Sports TV streaming service, free ad-supported streaming service on every major smart TV, iOS and Android. So make sure you guys download Lights Out Sports TV. We've got a ton of live free sports there. We got Lights Out Extreme Fighting on Friday in Long Beach, and it's been good, man. It's been good.
Talk about the relationship that you have with these fighters. And, a lot of times the promoters, the owners, they don't want them to leave.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it numerous times. You know what the stairs are, to get to the UFC. And I see you, and when you talk about it, how proud you are of what you're doing for these guys and what these guys are doing for Lights Out.
This is why because I have a different mindset when I'm a former athlete myself, right? Went to the University of Maryland. I didn't want to stay at Maryland. I love Maryland. But I didn't want to stay there. I wanted to go to the NFL. I wanted to play in the NFL one day. That was my dream. And what's also happening because our distribution, like we're live on Lights Out Sports TV, my network, and then a week later we're on Fubo, Bally's, Amazon Freevee, MSG Network, Pluto, Swerve Combat, and we're about to start working with UFC Fight Pass. So when you're being seen that way, all the guys know now, like, hey, if I go fight for Lights Out Extreme Fighting, I'm gonna have a shot. And if we create that mindset, with all these up and coming fighters, we're going to get the best talent anyway. So that's what we want to do.
UFC Fight Pass and your relationship with Dana White.
Yeah.
Not everybody has it. I've seen the two of you together.
Yeah.
Talk about the relationship and how much that helps everything that you're trying to do for these guys.
It's been great. I'm not an asker. You get what I'm saying?
No, I know.
I don't really ask, but there will be things come up that I can call or text them, and that's big, or go by the office, whatever. And I just not too long ago went by the PI when I was went to go see him, and I saw the fighters and the treatment and stuff they got, and I didn't know that Dana was going to do this, but he was on with Sage Steele a couple months ago, and he brought up the fact that I came to the office, and I saw the facility, and it was like this top notch. You couldn't it's very close to anything in the NFL building. And nobody talks about that.
The new NFL buildings.
The new,
yes. I remember the old one.
No. Not the ones that show up in a tent. And you got 2 people out there talking about their massage therapists. No. The new NFL. So I think they do a great job at taking care of the fighters that's not out there enough. But again, we got so many up and coming superstars coming through that we're glad that they're looking at us as up and coming talent.
I know we only have you for a couple minutes, so I'm going to bounce all over the place. Talk about your transition from the NFL to what you're doing now, and how the outside. I know the brothers are taking care of the brothers, but how can we media, how can we as fans help? Junior Seau, Vincent Jackson, so those things don't happen.
I think, first of all, we're as athletes, we're very prideful, right? We're just prideful. It's kind of the gift and also the curse. We're very prideful people, and unless you know a guy is struggling, you don't know. You don't know. I talk to Vincent probably 4 or 5 times a year. And normally joking around, I used to call him, my nickname for him was Sweetie Pie. I would call him, hey, Sweetie Pie, how you doing? And nothing, there was no signs. So I would have never known that was a problem. I think, first of all, guys got to help themselves by letting people know they got a problem. And then two, get these guys in position to stay active. Staying active is so important to guys not going through those having those problems. Stay active. That's why I train with these MMA guys. I don't go in there and try to, I'm not taking a fight anytime soon. Hopefully not. But I like to go in there and stay around these guys. I like the competition. That's just who I am.
Well, it's just the transition from being told what to do, be here at 8, lunches at this time, to going over. And it's not just people that are struggling. I know a lot of, we're assuming, because again, they don't tell you, but I've seen guys like Styles White and Jorge Diaz. They just don't know where to go because football is all you guys have known since 6.
Yeah, and guys can't identify as a football player, right? That's not who you should identify yourself. That was your job, that was your passion, that was your love. And you have to take that same love and passion and move it into something else. I just said, for me now, what gets me up in the morning, and it's like having that feeling of running out to 70,000 people is what I'm doing now with Lights Out Extreme Fighting and Lights Out Sports TV. That is me running out the tunnel to 70,000 people, and you got to find a way to get that feeling back.
I know we only have 90 seconds, so the one I always throw to you, when are you coming to Tampa? I know I can buy a flight to California, but when are you coming to Tampa? And real quickly about the game on Sunday.
Yeah, trying to get to Tampa as soon as possible, and then I just got my license for Florida, so that was pretty good on us. And then I got the Chiefs because I can't go against them anymore. I did for the last 2 Super Bowls. You look at what they've done this year, nothing really jumps off of the stat board when you talk about this team and you look up and they've won 15 games or whatever, the 16 games, right? So you can't go against these guys anymore. You have to play mistake-free football, which most people won't. You got to get the ball to bounce your way, which it won't because it's been going their way the entire year. And you got that little thing that wears the zebras, right, that you got to battle against too, because we can't avoid it anymore talking about it. It's obvious. So for Philly to win, they got to play mistake-free football, and everything has to go their way.
When does Patrick Mahomes leapfrog Tom Brady as the GOAT?
After he wins this one, if he's on the way to win the next one, you got to put him in that conversation. People don't like that because it's Tom and he's won so many rings, but you have to put him in that conversation somehow if he wins this.
Final, one more time, your next Lights Out event.
Friday, February 7th in Long Beach, California, Lights Out Extreme Fighting 22. We'll be live on Lights Out Sports TV. If you guys don't have Lights Out Sports TV, download it. It's on every smart TV, iOS, and Android, completely free. Tons of live sports there, but we're action-packed on Friday.
Absolutely the best. Shawne Merriman.
It's good to see you, brother. Same here. You got it.